The Goblin Shark, the face that shouldn't exist. The Goblin Shark has been on this planet for 125 million years. To put that in perspective, T-Rex went extinct 66 million years ago. The Goblin Shark was already ancient by then. It has been here twice as long as T-Rex, and it has barely changed. Because why change when you're already perfect at being terrifying? The Goblin Shark has a bizarre set of teeth that it can shoot forward out of its mouth, like a slingshot, to catch its prey. The jaw doesn't just open, it launches out of the face, independently, like a separate creature living inside the shark's head, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Goblin sharks have wrinkled, translucent skin, and through this, their blood gives them a murky pink or purplish gray tinge. Translucent skin, a face like a nightmare, and it lives between 200 and 1,300 meters below the surface, deeper than most submarines can reach. The anglerfish. Love is a horror story. You know the anglerfish, the glowing light dangling from its head, luring prey into the dark. You've seen it in cartoons, in Finding Nemo, and nightmares. What you probably don't know is the mating ritual, and once I tell you, you won't be able to unknow it. The female anglerfish is the one with the bioluminescent lure, dangling like a glowing fishing rod from its head, attracting unsuspecting prey right into its gaping jaws. The real horror lies in the mating habits. The tiny male bites into the female and fuses with her body, becoming a parasitic mate for life. He bites her, and then their skin fuses together. Their blood vessels merge. He loses his eyes. His internal organs dissolve. His entire body slowly disappears, absorbed into hers. He becomes part of her body, forever. Some female anglerfish have been found with up to 6 males fused to their skin simultaneously. The frilled shark, a living fossil with 300 teeth. The frilled shark looks like someone asked an eel to pretend to be a shark, and the eel tried its best and failed horribly. With an eel-like body and snake-like head, the frilled shark is the stuff of nightmares. Its needle-like teeth are spaced far apart and have 3 cusps. 3 points per tooth, and it has approximately 300 of them, arranged in 25 rows across its entire mouth. 300 teeth, all pointing inward, because if something gets inside that mouth, there is no geometric path back out. Frilled sharks grow to more than 6 feet in length and swim as deep as 4,000 feet below the surface. In the water, its dull gray body is almost invisible, but its bright white teeth aren't. Fish and squid might be tricked into attacking the shark's mouth, mistaking the teeth for prey. By the time they realize their mistake, it's too late to escape. The Barreleye Fish, the transparent horror. This one doesn't scare you with teeth, it scares you with wrongness. Pure visual wrongness. The Barreleye Fish, also known as the spookfish, is a deep-sea dweller with an astounding adaptation to see in near pitch-black waters. The entire top portion of their heads is completely transparent. Encased within are 2 glowing green eyes pointed directly above their heads. Its skull is see-through, a clear dome, and inside 2 brilliant green glowing cylinders, rotating, pointing upward, watching. The transparent dome isn't just for show. It protects those enormous eyes from the stinging tentacles of the Siphonophores, colonial jellyfish-like organisms. The vampire squid from hell. That Latin name is fully deserved. Its scientific name is Vampiroteuthis infernalis. Translation, vampire squid from hell. Scientists named it that. Serious credentialed scientists with PhDs looked at this creature and said, yes, vampire squid from hell is the appropriate scientific classification. And they were right. The vampire squid has ghostly pale eyes, crimson skin, and cloak-like webbing between its arms that evokes a vampire gliding through the abyss. The vampire squid chose to live in the part of the ocean where almost nothing else can survive. Not because it had to, but because the competition is lower there. It adapted to near zero oxygen just to have a neighborhood to itself. The Stargazer Fish, it electrocutes you from the sand. The Stargazer is the ultimate ambush predator, and the reason it's on this list isn't its size or its teeth, it's the combination. The Stargazer's usual method of attack is by camouflaging itself in the ocean sand, before using its gigantic mouth to suck in unsuspecting prey. But wait, there's more. Some species of the Stargazer fish can cause electric shocks via a special organ located behind its eye. So, buried completely under the sand, eyes pointing straight up, hence the name Stargazer. Completely invisible until something swims overhead. Then the sand explodes upward, the mouth opens like a trapdoor. The prey is sucked in by vacuum pressure, it's stabbed by venomous spines, and in some species, electrocuted simultaneously. Beaches where stargazers live, which includes the east coast of the United States, let that sink in. You could be wading in shallow water directly above one right now and have absolutely no idea. The Sarcastic Fringehead, the fish with the most accurate name in biology. I need you to understand what the Sarcastic Fringehead looks like when it is calm, small, unremarkable, maybe 4 to 12 inches long, sitting in a little hole in the reef with just its head poking out. Barely worth noticing. Now I need you to understand what it looks like when it is not calm. When it wants to scare off an intruder, it goes through a terrifying transformation. Its mouth splays open like the poison-spitting dinosaur from Jurassic Park. The jaw expands to roughly twice the size of its entire body. The lips fold back. A nightmare landscape of teeth appears from what looked like a completely normal fish face 1 second ago. The Sarcastic Fringehead uses its freaky mouth when hunting, enveloping fish and crustaceans whole. They've even been recorded trying to swallow whole octopus. They're known to attack creatures much bigger than them. Even humans are sometimes harassed by them while diving around reefs. The Sarcastic Fringehead has zero concept of what it is versus what it is threatening. Size means nothing to this fish. Threat assessment means nothing. The Fangtooth Fish, proportionally the most terrifying teeth on Earth. The Fangtooth Fish is not the biggest creature on this list, not the fastest, not the most venomous. It has the largest teeth of any ocean animal relative to its body size. Proportionally, no marine creature on Earth has bigger teeth. It physically cannot close its own mouth. The fangs are too large. They slot into special pockets beside the brain when the mouth opens, because if they didn't have designated brain-adjacent pockets, the teeth would literally stab through the skull. The fangtooth has been recorded as far down as 5,000 meters below sea level, where the pressure is 500 times greater than that of land. The Bobbit Worm, the ambush hunter that scientists found by accident. In 2009, workers at an aquarium in England noticed that coral and fish in one of their tanks kept disappearing overnight. No explanation, no remains, just gone. They eventually drained the entire tank and found a bobbit worm hiding in the rocks that had grown to 4 feet long inside the tank without anyone knowing it was there. The bobbit worm lives on the ocean floor, buried in sand or sediment with only its jaws exposed. It can grow up to 3 meters, nearly 10 feet, long. It detects movement with sensory antennae, then strikes at speed so fast, the strike is difficult to capture, even on high-speed cameras. The strike force is powerful enough to slice fish cleanly in half, not bite through. Slice. The prey item is cut in two by the speed and force of the closing jaw. A 10-foot worm, invisible under the sediment. The giant Siphonophore. It's not a creature, it's a colony, and it's 150 feet long. Everything on this list so far has been one animal, one body, one organism. The giant Siphonophore is not one animal. It is a colonial organism, thousands of tiny individual creatures called zooids, each performing a specific function, working together as a single coordinated entity. Some zooids handle movement, some handle feeding, some handle reproduction. Together, they form something that can reach 150 feet in length. That is the longest animal or animal-like colonial organism ever recorded on Earth.